Now, I may feel that Marvel Studios' choice of director for a Fantastic Four film might be a little bit basic, but it doesn't mean that their casting has to be. Now recently, Marvel Studios announced that they would be moving forward with a Fantastic Four film, and this has definitely been a long time coming, especially in light of Disney's acquisition of 20th Century Fox Studios, who previously owned the rights. And they have also gone ahead and tapped Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home director Jon Watts to helm this new film. You've probably guessed from my intro that I'm not particularly keen on this directing choice just because, having seen the two Spider-Man films that he's directed, I don't think they're necessarily bad, but I feel like they are far from what their reputation has been presented as, and I feel like this would have been a great opportunity to bring in some new directors, try some people out, and I just feel like this particular choice of director for a Fantastic Four film is leaving a lot to be desired, at least in my opinion. This, of course, does not mean that I'm going to pass up on an opportunity to play armchair casting director, especially with some of the choices that have been circulating through fandom over literal years. The suggestion of John Krasinski for Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic in particular, has baffled and befuddled me this whole time, especially when you consider my two choices that I think would be infinitely better at the role in question. My first suggestion, Chris Pine. The way I see it, Marvel has 3 out of 4 of the Chris's that they need to complete the Infinity Chris Gauntlet, so why not tap the best Chris to complete your set? I think this man has proven himself to be an incredibly versatile actor, with roles ranging from Smokin' Aces to Star Trek to Hell or High Water to Wonder Woman. I feel like, yeah, you still kind of get like a baseline Chris in all of those films, but you still see little ways that he kind of makes his characters his own and unique, and especially if you've seen Smoking Aces, you know what I'm talking about, cause, hashtag Tremor Brothers. He just has this great know-it-all yet insecure charm that I think would really work well for a character like Reed Richards. Of course, my main choice for the role of Mr. Fantastic, I think, would have to go to Timothy Olyphant. Now, this may just be a personal opinion, but I feel like Reed Richards' defining quality as a character is the fact that he's a bit of a casual prick. Like, you get the sense that this man is occasionally a flea's hop away from becoming the greatest supervillain the Marvel Universe has ever known. And I feel like if there's any actor who's able to embody casual prickishness and make it work, at least in the past 20 years or so, that title definitely goes to Timothy Olyphant. But I still feel like Olyphant has this element of self-deprecation that sort of undercuts the casual prickishness, and there's nothing better that exhibits this than his 7-year stint on the FX crime drama series Justified. Now, as for Sue Storm, aka the Invisible Woman, fans have definitely rallied around the idea of Emily Blunt playing the character, and I feel like this is just another example of being kind of basic as far as you're thinking for who you would cast for the character, because yes, she, like Krasinski, was originally considered for a role in the MCU, and they both happen to be a married couple, so I feel like that's the only criteria that most fans are going off of. That and the fact that Krasinski and Reed Richards started rocking a beard around the same time, and that just feels very unimaginative to me. Now, admittedly, I'd probably be more in Emily Blunt's corner if we were taking John Krasinski off the table completely. Like, seriously, how basic are you? But if I had my way and my pick of any other actress that I would like to see in the role, I think it would have to be Michelle Williams. Now, obviously, I think this woman is a phenomenal actress. I think she has definitely proven herself worthy of this title. She's got multiple awards to her name, and, you know, some of us have been crushing on her ever since Dawson's Creek. And I think she just has the right ability to bring the perfect combination of warmth and tenacity to Sue Storm, because when you really think about it, she is kind of the heart of the team, and you really want an actress that's going to come in there, and you kind of get the sense that she doesn't want to have to fight with her, you know, quote-unquote family, but she still realizes that she needs to be the one to kind of keep everyone on focus. And you want to have an actress that really is able to convey that struggle. And I think that Williams would be absolutely perfect in this role. But another thing that I think really works in Michelle Williams' favor is that she kind of has this energy about her that is almost comparable to Hollywood starlets in the 1950s. You know, they kind of have this playfully coy demeanor about them that I think would really work for Sue Storm. Now, moving on to her brother Johnny, I feel like you could literally throw a stone and hit any young up-and-coming white male actor to play this role, and they'd all probably do a great job in it. But if we're being specific here, I think Ross Lynch might be as good a choice as any. He's already a former Disney kid anyway, so why not bring him in to a property by one of the company's subsidiaries? Anyone who's seen The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina or My Friend Dahmer knows that the kid is a solid actor and could probably very easily pull off playing Johnny Storm. Bottom line, young, pretty, charismatic. He's got all of those qualities that you expect from a character like Johnny Storm, and factoring in that he's also a part-time pop star, there's all likelihood that we could get an adaptation of this classic scene from the 90s Fantastic Four cartoon.
I never pass up the chance. I know the story seems long, but when I know the time is right for me and you, I just flame on, and on, and on, and on.
Moving further on to Ben Grimm, aka The Thing, I will admit that this casting choice in particular may be a little bit too on the nose, but I feel like it's one that absolutely could work and should work if they decide to go with him, and I think it's going to be Wes Chatham from The Expanse. Amos on The Expanse is pretty much Ben Grimm anyway, if you really look at it. He's big, he's gruff, he's ready to throw down with anybody. He's got that backstory where he grew up on the wrong side of the tracks and whatnot. It's the whole nine. You may piss off Amos and be a victim of his wrath, but if you're on his team, that man is going to bat for you 100%. He's the one that you could always count on in a fight, and that is a quality that you absolutely need for a character like The Thing. And now, having saved the best for last, let's talk about the man, the myth, the supervillain. You know who I'm talking about, and you know that if this is not properly cast, the rest of the casting doesn't matter. Everything falls apart if you do not 100% hit the bullseye when it comes to casting this character. First name Victor, middle name Vaughn, Doom. Who can we cast as Dr. Doom in this Fantastic Four movie? You really gotta think about it. And I definitely gave this some thought, and I said to myself, ooh, there are a lot of good choices. But I feel like if anyone can embody this character, live in this character, I feel like it belongs to this particular actor, and that actor is Oded Fehr. I don't know if anyone else has made this suggestion as far as Dr. Doom, and I'm not going to look online because I feel that it is such a brilliant choice for a casting that I want the credit for it. What do you think this is? You have to think about this in terms of this man having spent the last 20 years in entertainment just exuding, secreting presence. Like, that dude has an air about him. He just feels like someone who is regal and commands respect. Like, think about it. When people talk about loving the first two Mummy films for the plot, this is the plot. This is a man that commands your attention. You look in those eyes and you are transfixed. You are in a daze. You are in his sway, or whatever you want to call it, but you can't pull yourself away from that energy, that kind of just power. Even after he cut off his long, luxurious, magical locks, this dude still had swag in excess. Like, this man is aging beautifully, like fine wine, like the finest of fine wines that you find in places where they store the finest wines. I realize I'm rambling here, but I don't care, because this is the effect that this man has on you. This man is now the Admiral of Starfleet in the 31st century. This is exactly the person you want playing Doctor Doom. This is someone who can make you think to yourself, maybe Doom is on the right track. Because that's what you want with a villain like Victor Von Doom. You obviously want to acknowledge him as the bad guy, especially when we have our triumphant heroes, the Fantastic Four. But at the same time, you think to yourself, this man just wants to dominate the world in a way he sees fit, and he's given you all of these ways in which it can be beneficial for everyone around the world if they just saw it from his perspective. And I feel like that is something that is going to be the cornerstone, the linchpin of whatever Fantastic Four movie that Jon Watts directs for Marvel Studios. Hey guys, thanks for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. If you've got your own thoughts or opinions or your own suggestions on casting choices for the Fantastic Four movie, why don't you go ahead and leave a comment in the section below. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the notification bell, share this video with your friends and family, and if you'd like to keep up to date on more at random videos, you can do so by clicking the subscribe button right over here.